r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. Who ruined Christmas this year, and what did they do? Fire. Destroyed my entire apartment complex, putting 16 families including mine homeless. My apartment is, or was, the bottom left. My older brother. His functional alcoholism appears to have morphed into functional alcoholism with less than ideal side effects. Took some unresolved issues, or just that it was 9 AM and he didn't start drinking yet, out on my 12-year-old son, who previously adored my brother for no reason any witness could figure out. After the interaction, all my son wanted for Christmas was to leave my brother's house. We did. My brother did this in front of his new son-in-law, which kind of threw things off for them as well, and messed up the rest of the family's Christmas. Kind of heartbroken, because I grew up with insane holidays, alcoholics, and I thought our generation was going to be the one to break the cycle. My other brother has, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. A stomach bug, and it made the entire family shit and puke all day long. My mother went to the casino early Christmas Eve. Didn't return until later today, Christmas Day, trashed over $3,000 and used up whatever amount of credit my dad still had left on his card. We've been living in poverty for over 25 years. I've had enough of this life. Me, I'm getting sober from several substances. I'm a mess right now, shaky and sweaty and shitty. I was able to rise to the occasion, but I was sick through it all. It was good though. I haven't been sober on Christmas in at least 5 years, maybe 6. Even if I was a mess and looked and felt like a dump truck of burning diapers. My baby niece, lol. Poor dear. We just discovered she's allergic to a certain food ingredient in the middle of Christmas dinner. She's only recently started on solid foods. A screaming baby, panicking aunts and a rush to ER followed. The dinner is still in the fridge. She's fine now, but it was a bad scare. My brother got drunk by noon and kicked a hole clear through 2 walls. There is now a large hole in 2 walls covered by a pizza box that was a sudden window into his room this morning. We still had a great Christmas despite, but what an asshole. My brother got caught cheating on his wife because he fell for some stupid Facebook sex scammer. Made dinner with everyone nice and awkward. My in-laws. Last week we avoided visiting their house because my niece and nephew has a cold and runny nose and cough, and we didn't want to get sick for 2 main reasons. One reason being Christmas was a week away and I wanted my 4-year-old to be healthy while visiting with family and to enjoy the day without feeling yucky. The second reason being, I'm due to give birth via scheduled C-section this week and didn't want a sickness rolling through our family before we have a brand new baby to care for. So, 3 days after we voiced our concern about the visit and getting sick, our in-laws invited us over to visit just them. I went to work, and my husband brought my daughter to their house to visit for a few hours. They did not disclose that they had developed a cough. Now, 5 days later, Christmas, my husband is in bed with chills, my mom visiting from out of town, has a cough and congestion, my 4-year-old has cough and congestion, and I'm supposed to have a baby in 2 days. Cool. Thankfully we made the best of the holiday, but I'm struggling to not let it bother me that they couldn't say anything about becoming sick and inviting us over while they were. Myself. I lost my baby during pregnancy last year. My sister was pregnant at the same time. Seeing my nephew celebrate his first Christmas made me selfishly sad that my daughter didn't get to celebrate her first. Maybe next year will be easier. Our local gas company put propane in the natural gas and damaged a ton of people's furnaces around 3 AM the 24th, including ours, leading to lethal carbon monoxide buildup. We were lucky enough to survive, but at least a few people weren't. If the firefighters' radio chatter is enough to go by, and we won't have a furnace until at least Wednesday. Luckily we were going on a trip anyway, but screw center point energy. Russia invaded my country, so I now can't spend Christmas with my family, moreover not having any electricity nor heat or anything of that kind. And oh yeah, the threat of getting killed is always a possibility now. Mother-in-law, same as every year. Her insistence on following every tradition to the letter, as well as cooking from scratch about 18 courses, to have a perfect Christmas. Everyone has to work from early Christmas Eve, prepping, and it just doesn't stop. It means the entire family is stressed out and miserable the entire time. Every freaking year we entertain this BS. She doesn't even enjoy it, what a waste. Oh, and it's Boxing Day today, so more people are coming today, and we get to do it all again. My ex-girlfriend of 6.5 years dumping me, so she could be with a convicted felon out on parole with a 3-page criminal history, and a registered sex offender for attempted rape. Kinda ruined the holidays for me. My best friend died 2 days ago. My brother. 4 days before Christmas, he told me that my cousin had called him twice in the space of 2 hours, both times having an identical conversation about an upcoming appointment. My cousin's sister has earlier onset Alzheimer's. Based on the bizarre repeated convo, I now think Alzheimer's is coming for my other cousin. My brother didn't mean to ruin Christmas, but it did. And when I saw my cousin at Christmas and he repeated the same thing in the space of 10 minutes, I couldn't explain it away, as I otherwise would have done. And this means every Christmas will suck more, as Alzheimer's does its work, and I have to watch the gentlest man in the world become a ghost of himself. My dad. He drunk texted my sisters and I, spewing how sad he was being alone on Christmas. He's Jewish, so he doesn't celebrate, and he's also a narcissist. And kept saying he wanted to die, and causing a scene in front of my 17-year-old sister. She lives with him, my sister and I live separately. It ruined my night. My fiance, who straight up abandoned me and my 2 kids 2 days before Christmas. He abandoned us for a girl who he knocked up, who I've recently learned was a high school senior. To make it worse, it's not 100% clear that the girl is over 18 and he's 33. What makes it even worse is that I'm pregnant with a child we tried to have for 3 years, and I didn't tell him because it was supposed to be a Christmas or wedding surprise. Our wedding was supposed to be on the 14th of January. Luckily I have his contact info for child support and other reasons, and he has already stated he has no interest in co-raising my kid. Luckily Christmas for my kids wasn't ruined. They seemed to have liked their gifts, and the ones meant for my ex-fiancé were returned, and my kids got some extra money in their stockings. For the time being, I'm going to return to being a single mom for a while, before I feel comfortable with getting into another relationship. I wouldn't say it was ruined. But my grandmother was diagnosed with aggressive pancreatic cancer a month or so ago, and this will likely be her last Christmas. So it was kind of depressing. My dad relapsed on Christmas Eve. Again. And is now at the hospital for suicidal thoughts and alcoholism on Christmas. Again. I did. My abusive mother tried to force her way into Christmas, even though almost all the family didn't want her there. Since I was the first to arrive, I spat in her face and called her a psycho child abuser. I'm now facing up to 30 days in jail and a $750 fine. Was worth it. My family's dog jumped onto the counter and ate all the sweet potatoes. Everyone was pissed. But I tried them beforehand. The dog did us a favor. What ruined Christmas this year? Stepbrother. Showed up late, complained about the food, gifts, decorations, etc. Was loud and obnoxious the whole time, hit my elderly cat, and left after I socked him in the face with my fist. Cat tax. My grandmother died this morning. She had a stroke last night. My dad bought my mum a pencil sharpener. She has a lot of hobbies. None involve pencils. My wife wanted new wooden spoons. She told me and also wrote it on her list for me. She also told her mother. And she went on our family secret Santa and added wooden spoons to my wish list. So today, she opened wooden spoons from me, her mother, and my secret Santa also got me wooden spoons. 12 altogether. I'm a little bit annoyed, lol. Next year, everyone gets her matching wooden forks. My 14-year-old stepdaughter's father moved 3,000 miles away last year with his new wife. -1 trip last summer. She hasn't seen him much in the last year and a half. He calls up my wife and says he wants to see her this Christmas and he will buy the plane ticket. Wife says she will help and pay for half. He declines, stating it's his gift to his kid. She agrees. The tickets he buys are the worst possible ever. She departs San Diego at 6 a.m. as an unaccompanied minor on Christmas Eve, which means we have to get up at 3:30 a.m. to get her to the airport, go through the paperwork, of which there is a lot, and all by 4:30 a.m. to get through security and on her plane at 5:45 a.m. Well, the poor kid gets stuck in Dallas due to weather, overnight and alone, and didn't arrive into Connecticut until Christmas Day at 11 a.m. California time, or 2 p.m. Eastern. Wife and I were stressed all night worrying over her. He is an idiot and never thinks of how his decisions will affect others. He put his child through sitting in an airport overnight instead of flying her out a couple of days earlier. Caught my wife cheating. Lied throughout our entire marriage. Lied to our marriage counselor about this and convinced me that it was just my insecurities, making me suspicious about her friend. Saw the texts last night when I went to give her her phone, cause she missed a call from a different friend while in the bathroom. Opened her phone only to see the texts right there. I'm crying at work at the moment. An idiot in a Range Rover T-boned my car and then threatened my partner, child and I. 2 of my family members had to work today. My cat pooped under the tree, the refrigerator started making a loud strange noise at like 3 a.m. and the oven died. Well, look on the bright side. It could have been that your refrigerator had gone to work, your family member pooped under the tree, your oven started to make noise, and your cat died. So count your blessings. My dad, not realizing that our silent Christmas dinner is all because of him. He is mean and negative to me and my sister all year round and just expect us to beg him to please, oh please spend time with us, which he then spends watching TikTok on his phone. My sister has a life, so she is spending Christmas elsewhere. I'm so jealous. Next year, life or not, I'm not spending my next Christmas in such uncomfortable silence. I'd rather be alone. Finding out you aren't important to people that you went above and beyond in friendships for. Having only 20 quid to get through to New Year. Desperately trying to hold it together around a mother with a fondness for alcohol. Having a massive infection in my jaw while the drugs make me sick. But none of that really matters much today. My dog died last night, so I just feel broken. But I'll put on the brave face, eat the Christmas dinner, and appreciate what I do have. My little brother died a few days ago. He committed suicide. My other little brother also died the same way a few years ago. Apparently me. I didn't want to make breakfast, since I made dinner tonight. And dessert. And dinner last night. And did all the shopping. And had to work this morning. And I'm disabled. But me asking for someone else to cook was just a bridge too far. Screw them. Having cancer kinda put a damper on it. But on the flip side, it's probably why my mom hasn't yelled at me this year, lol. My wife cut off all her hair and sold it so she could buy a chain for my watch. But I don't even have a watch, and now she looks ridiculous. She can't even use this set of combs I bought her. Financial anxiety. I've never been poorer in my 34 years of life, and the dread has been setting in since Thanksgiving. The modern nature of the holiday dictates that I spend money in order to express my love for people, and I could hardly afford Christmas cards and groceries. Rough stuff out here. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.